Hey there, beautiful, spicy ladies. I'm so glad you're here with me today. Whether you're single, dating, or stuck in a situationship that's starting to feel like a total guessing game, I want to talk straight to that part of you that's exhausted from the emotional roller coaster. Let's be real. When it comes to men, things can get confusing fast. You meet a guy, there's chemistry, he's texting you, making moves, and it feels like it's all building towards something real. Then, out of nowhere, he pulls back. The vibe shifts, and you're left wondering, was he ever actually into me emotionally, or was it just about sex the whole time? If you ever found yourself questioning your worth because a guy was all in physically, but nowhere to be found emotionally, this is the truth you need to hear. Men often lust first and love later, and here's the thing no one talks about. That's not always a red flag. It's not even a flaw. It's just human nature. What really matters is what happens after that initial spark of desire. In this video, I'm breaking down why men start with lust, how to tell if it's going somewhere deeper, and how you can take back your power in the process. We're diving into 5 truths that will totally reframe how you see male desire and help you turn attraction into something meaningful. Let's get started. First truth, lust is a spark. It's fast, exciting, and can feel completely overwhelming. It hits quick, sometimes in a single moment. A glance across the room, a flirty smile, the way you carry yourself. For a lot of men, that initial attraction is instinctive, almost primal. It doesn't take effort or deep thought. It's not about who you are at your core, it's about what you represent in that instant. That doesn't make it bad. It just means it's surface level. It's a reaction, not a decision. Love, though, that's a series of choices. Love takes time, patience, and intention. It's what happens after the rush of dopamine and desire fades. This is where so many women get hurt, because when a guy comes on strong in the beginning, it's easy to think his intensity means he's emotionally invested, but that's not always true. Just because a man is super attracted to you doesn't mean he's ready or even willing to do the work of building something real. Lust can feel like closeness, but it doesn't come with the substance of commitment. If you mistake that for love, you'll be left confused when the chemistry fades and there's no foundation to hold you up. That's why this truth is so important. Lust is instant, but love is earned. Real love doesn't just explode out of nowhere. It deepens over time. It's built through shared experiences, emotional availability, mutual respect, and consistency. All things that take time. Love means he sees you in your joy, but also in your struggles. He wants you not just when you're glowing and effortless, but when you're tired, vulnerable, or scared. Lust doesn't stick around for those moments. Love does. Here's the powerful part. When you understand that love is earned, not just handed over because of chemistry, you stop auditioning for it. You stop overgiving to prove your worth. You stop trying to keep his attention with your body alone, because you know that if he only sees your physical beauty and not your emotional depth, he's not the guy who's going to love you the way you deserve. Instead of being swept away by how quickly he wants you, get curious about how consistently he shows up over time. How does he act when things aren't so shiny and new? When you express your needs or set a boundary, does he step up or step back? Lust fades when effort is required, but love grows stronger through challenges. It shows up in reliability, not just attraction. You don't have to shut down or play cold when a guy shows interest. You can enjoy the attention, feel sexy, confident, and desired. But let that be the beginning, not the whole story. Don't confuse fireworks for a foundation. The man who only lusts after you will burn bright and vanish fast. But the man who's capable of loving you will keep choosing you, even when the honeymoon hormones wear off, even when it's not effortless anymore. That man doesn't just feel desire. He chooses devotion. Your job is to give him the time and space to show you which one he really is. All right, spicy ladies, let's dive into the second truth about male desire that'll help you navigate attraction and turn it into something deeper. This one's something a lot of women never hear, and it leads to so much unnecessary heartbreak. Many men use lust to get close, not because they're shallow, but because they don't always know how to start with emotion. Men are often taught from a young age that physical pursuit is the clearest, and sometimes the only acceptable way to express desire. They're not always raised to explore vulnerability, to open their hearts, or to share what they really feel. Society doesn't tell them it's okay to be soft or to connect emotionally first. Instead, they learn to lead with what feels familiar: attraction, flirtation, physical chemistry. That becomes their default starting point. So, when a man feels drawn to you, he might not even know how he feels about you emotionally yet. He might not have figured out what you mean to him, but the sexual desire, that's immediate, clear, and easy to act on, without even meaning to mislead you. He might lean into physicality before he sorted out the depth of his emotional investment. That's why so many women end up in situations where the physical side of things moves fast, but everything else feels shallow. He's texting you late at night, complimenting your looks, showing up with intensity, but he's not really asking about your day, showing curiosity about your dreams, or diving into your past. It feels one-sided because emotionally it often is. Right now, if you're still watching, I hope this video can help you. Your comments motivate me so much, so I can make more videos which you like. So hit that subscribe button and leave me a message. Let's continue. Here's the key takeaway. His initial physical pursuit doesn't always reflect his long-term capacity to love. It just means he's starting from what feels comfortable to him. What matters is what he does when he's invited to go deeper. When you set the tone early on, showing through your actions more than your words that this is more than just physical for you, you create an opportunity for him to either meet you there or walk away. Either way, you win, because you're not just reacting to his lust, you're guiding connection toward emotional clarity. You're giving him a map. If you want to be with me, this is the path. This isn't about playing games or making him prove himself endlessly. It's about knowing your value so clearly that you don't mistake lust for love. You get that attraction is just the starting line, not the finish. Some men will bail when they realize you want more than a physical connection, and that's a good thing. Let them go. The ones who are truly capable of love will see your emotional standards as an invitation, not a threat. They'll still feel desire, but now it's grounded in admiration, not just infatuation. Let's be clear, lust isn't bad. Attraction is beautiful, desire is powerful, but when you're looking for something real, lust alone won't cut it. It fades fast without depth to anchor it. So, don't be afraid when a guy leads with physical energy. Just don't let him stay there. Invite him to connect with you beyond the surface. Give him the chance to see you for more than your body. Then, watch what he does next. When a man starts to open up emotionally, when he begins to value you, not just want you, that's when things shift. And if he can't or won't go there, you'll know you didn't lose something real. You dodged something shallow. Okay, spicy ladies, let's get into the third truth that'll help you understand male desire and guide it towards something meaningful. Have you ever felt the urge to define a relationship way too early? You meet a guy, the chemistry's electric, the texting's nonstop, and it feels like this could be something real. So you lean in, start imagining where it's headed, and before you know it, you're asking, where is this going? Do you see this as something serious? Are we on the same page? Wanting clarity is totally healthy. There's nothing wrong with that. But timing is everything, because here's the truth most people don't realize. Love doesn't bloom under pressure. It grows in space. Pressure often comes from anxiety, that need to lock things down fast, to know where you stand before you even have enough info about the person. It creates urgency when there should still be curiosity. When we pressure someone emotionally, especially early on, we don't speed up connection. We stifle it. Think about it like planting a seed. If you start yanking at the stem after 3 days to see if it's growing, you don't help it, you kill it. Love works the same way. It needs time, moments of quiet, and space to breathe. A lot of women don't realize that men often process emotions differently. He might feel something strong but need time to understand what it is, to decide if he trusts it, if he trusts you, or the feeling is real and not just excitement. So, when a man pulls back a bit, not in a disrespectful or ghosting way, but just to gather his thoughts, he's not always losing interest. He might actually be starting to feel something deeper and needs to process it without a spotlight on him. But if we react to that shift with panic, calling more, texting more, demanding answers, we can create resistance where there was once momentum. Not because we're too much, but because we didn't give the relationship room to grow at its natural pace. Healthy love isn't about chasing. It's about mutual recognition. Two people slowly unfolding, discovering how they fit, and choosing each other over and over. That kind of bond needs space. Not distance in the sense of ignoring someone or playing games, but emotional space. When you give space, you allow things to unfold naturally. You're not trying to control the outcome. You're observing, leading with value instead of fear. He gets to miss you, to wonder about you, to choose you, not out of obligation, but because he genuinely wants to. And you get the best gift of all, clarity. Clarity about whether this guy is actually capable of building something real, or if he just loved the thrill of the chase. When you step back and let him come toward you, he'll do it because he wants to, not because you demanded it. So, don't confuse pressure with passion. Love isn't built through ultimatums. It's built in freedom. The more you trust the process, the more you'll attract a man who doesn't just want to win you, but wants to grow with you. All right, spicy ladies, let's dive into the fourth truth that'll shift how you approach attraction and turn it into something deeper. There's a big difference between being wanted and being chosen, and a lot of women mix up the two, not because they don't know better, but because we're conditioned to think being desired is the ultimate validation. When a guy looks at you like he wants you, compliments your body, touches you with intensity, and makes you feel sexy, it's easy to feel special, seen, affirmed, desired. But that feeling, while intoxicating, can be tricky because being wanted is often about how you make him feel in the moment. It's about the lust, the excitement, the thrill of the chase. That desire is real, but it's not rooted in who you are. It's rooted in how you affect him. Being chosen, though, that's about depth. It's not just that he wants to sleep with you. It's that he wants to invest in you, build with you, be there for the tough conversations, and support your growth, not just admire your beauty. Being chosen means he sees your emotional value, not just your physical allure. That difference is what sets high-value women apart. A high-value woman knows being wanted is easy. Lots of people can want her, but only a man who's emotionally available, self-aware, and ready for real intimacy can choose her. So, she doesn't get hooked on the validation of being desired. She doesn't let compliments or attention override her deeper instincts. She doesn't confuse intense chemistry with long-term compatibility. A high-value woman pays attention to consistency. She watches what he does after the attraction is clear. Does he show up when it's not convenient? Does he ask about her values, respect her time, her energy, her boundaries? Or does his effort fade once he's gotten what he wanted? She doesn't chase being wanted. She filters for being chosen. She moves through life with self-trust, not begging for commitment or performing for affection. Her energy says, I'm already complete. I'm open to love, but I won't shrink for it. When you live in that energy, when you know your worth, you stop settling for temporary highs. You stop staying in lukewarm relationships just because there's passion. You become magnetic to men who want more than a physical connection because you've made it clear. Your body might attract them, but it's your soul that keeps them if they've earned the right to stay. So ask yourself, is he just showing you that he wants you, or is he showing you through his actions that he's choosing you? That answer will tell you everything you need to know. All right, spicy ladies, let's wrap up with the fifth truth that'll help you navigate male desire and build something meaningful. One of the most exhausting traps you can fall into is trying to prove your worth to a man. You start over-investing, showing up too much, accommodating every request, bending over backwards to be easygoing, sexy, or low maintenance, whatever you think will keep his attention. Deep down, there's this silent belief. If I do enough, he'll finally see me. He'll finally choose me. He'll finally love me. But here's the truth that'll set you free. You're not here to prove your worth to anyone. You're here to be witnessed in it. Your value isn't a prize he gives you in exchange for your effort. It's not something you have to audition for. It already exists. You've already earned it through your growth, your compassion, your boundaries, your experiences, your self-respect. A high-value woman isn't valuable because a man decides she is. She's valuable because she knows she is. When you operate from that truth, everything changes. You stop trying to be chosen and start choosing yourself. You stop pouring into connections that don't pour back. You stop shrinking to make someone else feel bigger. You start attracting people who meet you where you are, not people you have to drag into alignment. Let's be real. Men can feel the difference between a woman who's rooted in her worth and one who's still searching for it in his attention. One moves with grace and calm confidence. The other moves with urgency, fear, and a need to earn something that should be freely given. A man who's emotionally healthy and ready for something real will be drawn to the first, because she doesn't need him to complete her. The problem is, we live in a world that constantly tells women they're not enough unless they look a certain way, act a certain way, or tolerate a certain level of disrespect. But being a high-value woman isn't about perfection. It's not about being flawless. It's about owning who you are, your emotional capacity, your resilience, your softness, your standards. So instead of asking, how can I get him to wanting more, ask, am I showing up as a woman who honors herself? Instead of wondering, why isn't he texting back? Ask, why am I entertaining someone who makes me question my worth? Because the moment you stop proving and start witnessing your own worth, everything shifts. You become magnetic in the truest way, not because you're trying to convince anyone of anything, but because your energy says, I'm already enough. I'm not here to be won over. I'm here to be matched and respected. You are the prize, not because of what you do, but because of who you are. The right man will see that, and the wrong ones will quietly disqualify themselves, leaving space for someone who can truly hold you. So, if you've ever blamed yourself for why he seemed so into you at first, only to pull away when things got real, if you've ever mistaken lust with love or confused attention with commitment, let this be the moment you stop carrying that weight. It's not that men can't love deeply. It's that many of them start with desire. They move toward what they feel in their body before they catch up emotionally. If you don't understand that, you'll take rejection personally when it was never about you. You're not here to chase love or convince someone you're worthy. You're here to be seen, chosen, and loved by someone who's ready to meet you where you are. So, what does that mean going forward? No more chasing lukewarm energy. No more mistaking chemistry for commitment. No more bending to fit someone's comfort zone when your heart knows you deserve more. Let men take the journey from lust to love on their own terms, but you stay rooted in your value. Let desire be the spark, not the whole fire, and hold out for the kind of connection that doesn't just want your body, but cherishes your soul. If this hit home for you, drop a comment and tell me, what's one moment you realized you were settling for being wanted instead of being truly chosen? Like this video if you're done proving your worth and ready to own it. Subscribe if you want more real talk about love, self-worth, and relationships that actually last. And remember, the right person won't need to be convinced. They'll feel your energy and recognize it as magic. Stay true to yourself. To all the spicy ladies make life beautiful, see you in our next video.